Ay, ay, ay. Goodness. I'm here. I have something that I need to do before I'm here. So I'll just give folks a few minutes to get up in this piece. I'm on my mic, so I don't want anybody talking ish about me because I'm on my mic. I need to do something. So, folks, get in here. Get in here. I've sent text messages. Get in here. As you arrive, make sure you like the video. I have something I need to do. Hold on. They hate when I cover my camera. It's so warm in here. Thanks. I'm doing it. Woo, woo. Well, at least I'm on time. Everybody's going to be happy that I'm on time. Everybody's also going to be happy that I have my mic. Yeah, so let me get folks in here because we have some things to talk about. A lot of things have surfaced this week. We got discussions to have. I was trying to mind my business. Nobody would let me. It's Sunday, like I sent in a text message. I hope everybody got their drinks. I hope everybody's ready to roll. As you enter, please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you hit the like button because we got some ish that we need to discuss today. And we'll see. We will see. Let me just, folks, as you are entering, please make sure you like the video. Like the video. You might want to leave in the chat, hey, Khadij, I'm here. So I can know you're in the building. Hold on one sec. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello. Yes. So I have been planning to mind my business once again this week, but unfortunately I couldn't do so because so many things transpired this week. I felt like, listen, I need to go live and have some conversation about some of these things because it's getting wicked in these streets. It's getting wicked in these streets. And I know you guys saw the name of the video, which is my word of the week is performative. But before I talk about performative behaviors, right? Because this first person that I'm going to discuss, it's not about in a sense, I'm not talking about her being performative. That's not why I named the video that. I'm going to discuss her in this video, but I don't want to call, what she did performative because for me, it's something totally different at this point. So the first on the docket is your girl, Cardi Being, right? So for those of you who missed it, your girl Cardi, what happened was, like I said in my last live, I don't know if you guys remember where I talked about how Krishan and Blueface were having like a back and forth or up and down, so on and so forth. And during the back and forth and up and down, Blueface revealed that Krishan may have slept with Offset, right? So everybody was like, man, what? When we heard that, because number one on the list, what the fuck would Krishan be doing sleeping with Offset? Number two on the list, Offset is Cardi's husband. Number three on the list, where that came from, right? So what happened was French Montana had a birthday party the night in question, and Krishan was at the birthday party, and Offset was also at the birthday party. Of course, with a host of other folks there. So it's not like they were the only two in the building. We don't even have any footage or anything of them being hugged up to suggest what Blueface said was true. I just think Blueface just like for them to get attention. So he threw something at the wall and prayed that it stick, right? In the process of him sharing that information, Cardi came forward to tell everybody that she's single. And she says she has been single for quite some time and yada, 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 right? And everybody was shocked because, I mean, me personally, I was shocked. I don't follow Cardi B on social media, so I don't know when she says like little things that would have you thinking that something might be going on with her Offset. And I'm not on Twitter. So a lot of times things will be tweeted from celebrities, or things will be said on IG from them. I don't follow Cardi on IG and I don't tweet. So I don't know that lately she had been already kind of making reference to the fact that she might not be in a relationship anymore. Anyway, she revealed that she was single. So I was like, ooh, okay. And she just was basically saying when she revealed that, you know, she needs time for herself. She needs to do what she needs to do. You know, she has to worry about her own life, yada, 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 which you got to respect, right? In any event, I didn't know that Offset was coming out with an album. I do follow Offset on social media, but I don't keep up with him as an artist much. I pretty much like the way he is as Cardi B's husband, right? So I'm more so keep up with him being Cardi B's husband as opposed to how often I keep up with him being an artist. So I didn't know he was coming. I'm sorry, you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me just share this. I didn't know that he was coming out with an album. So when I seen that, I was like, oh, okay. Hey, Offset, good to see you. So apparently his album release party was the other day, and it was after the debacle with him, and it was after Cardi revealed that, hey, we're not together. I'm assuming, you know, which is the right assumption to have, that when you break up with your mate and they don't want it to be over, that, you know, they kind of step in and say, hey, what can I do to fix this? Yada, 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 yada. One of the things that I know you do to fix your relationship is you sit your ass down and stay your ass in the house, because we need to talk until 19 February until I feel like this is fixed. Right. And I think that Cardi got a little bit annoyed with the fact that Offset was outside in these streets promoting an album. Meanwhile, she's at home feeling like we're breaking up and I don't want to have anything to do with you. That's initially what I thought, right? I thought that she was upset that he was still continuing to go on and promote his album and do his thing. And it's like, when we going through something, you need to stay your ass in the house, right? That's initially what I thought the issue was. So when Cardi went on her rant, I'm not going to lie, my initial reaction was like my eyes rolling in the back of my head. And that wasn't my reaction because I'm insensitive. Let me be clear. That was not my reaction because I'm insensitive. Because when it comes to matters of the heart, you know, it's hurtful. It's hurtful when you are going through something with a person that you love and you guys are not on the best terms. It is damn near, it can make you feel like you're dying. Right? Is one of the worst feelings in the world. So it wasn't that I was being insensitive about her rant. I just feel like a lot of times, you know, it's repetitive behavior. It's repetitive behavior. So it's like, you know, you go on a rant, you do all of this stuff, and then either A, you guys are back together and it's like that never happened, or B, we do all of this performative stuff and we don't get any music. And I personally like Cardi, the artist. I'm not really a fan of Cardi, the person, right? I'm more so into Cardi, the artist. So to not get any music from her, it really irritates me because it makes me feel like I don't need to be a fan of Cardi's anymore, because where is the thing that I fell in love with her for, which is the music, right? So when she went on the rant on Instagram, I was rolling my eyes in the back of my head and yawning because I felt like, once again, this is another performative thing to get attention and, you know, to be the victim in the situation, where it's like, girl, go to the studio, put that shit on wax, drop it, and let us hear you cry more over a beat so we could play it in our headphones on our way to work. That's the long and the short of it, right? So once again, when I seen the initial rant, I was like, So now as more clues rolled, now as more facts, well, let me not say facts, now as more assumptions about the story rolled out, come to find out, they said that Cardi, some girls that Cardi had beef with, and I think she either got them jumped or fought with them or had somebody do something to them, which led to her getting arrested and all of this stuff. She had major drama with these girls over Offset. right? Allegedly, the girl was at Offset's album release party. Now, the girl said she was not at the party. But you know how social media is. They listened to a hint from the background of where she was at, and then they looked at where Offset release party was at, and they put together that they were in the same space. And from the rant that Cardi went on, from listening to the rant that Cardi went on, it kind of made me stop rolling my eyes and stop yawning and say, wow, this is sad. This is sad. This is sad. And the reason why it is sad is because, once again, like I said a little while ago, when you are growing through something with somebody that you love and you care about, and things are not going the way you would like them to go, or even in your best interest, it's very, very traumatizing. I'll take it a step further. You can be on bad terms with your spouse, and it can almost feel like you're gonna die, right? It's like the end of your world. So some of the way she was ranting, and from what the little clues that they dropped that took place with the girl at the party and stuff, I think that rant was more so about, I'm fed up. I'm just fed up. And that's pretty much what she was saying in the video. Like, I'm just fed up. I'm just fed up. One of the things that she also said was that, I don't want to come to social media, but I have to because you don't listen to me, or this, what I say doesn't affect you unless I bring it here. Which, in that stance, I understand what she's saying, because I think she means, like, you don't give a fuck how you treat me unless the rest of the world knows, right? So once I share with the rest of the world that you treat me like shit, then you want to tighten up and come and beg me and do your performative thing. And really and truly, that's just for the rest of the world. That's why I have to share with them when I have an issue with you. And that made me sad. That made me sad, because I would hate to feel like, I would hate to feel like I have to go and talk to the rest of the world about my boyfriend. So I damn sure don't want to feel like I have to go and tell the rest of the world what my husband is doing to me, in order for my husband to, feel bad and do something about things that really hurt me. So instead of my eyes rolling in the back of my head, and instead of me yawning, it really tugged at my heartstrings. It really tugged at my heartstrings. And then when I listened back again to the way she started screaming, it made me feel bad, because I've been in that space. I've been in a space where, something has hurt you. And when you get a chance to talk about it, you are just screaming and pissed and broken and hurt. So it just comes out like you're a raging fucking lunatic, when really and truly it's not that. It's that I'm hurting and I'm tired. And that's what I heard. That's what I heard. What I would like to say to Cardi is that I understand she did provide context as to why she wanted to social media. So I get that part of it. If she was in the Operation Hill 100 Heart session, my conversation will more so be about, why would you even want to be with a person where you have to involve the public into your relationship in order for you to get treated the way you feel you're supposed to be treated? That's a separate conversation, right? Because don't get me wrong, I understand why you went that route, but how does it make you feel to have to go that route? To put everybody in your business in order for the person who claims that they love you the most to actually hear you and do something about the things that hurt you. That's not fair. That's not fair. That is not fair, right? So it made me feel really, really bad. My heart hurt for her, because especially when you go to bat for a person and they make you look stupid. And I know she was against those girls, and it was all this drama. She had a court case and all of that. And from what I hear, that person was like one of Offset's serious side pieces, maybe before and during Cardi. So now to hear that I went through all of this because of you, and you still might be, from what she, I think, assumed from the whole album release party, you might still be fucking with this bitch. So I think the rant came from, I know you fucking lying, okay? And God bless her. God bless her. I think that, and this has always been my thought of hers, I think that she doesn't have stable mental health. I'm sorry to say, and I'm not saying that to be offensive, right? Because to be honest, Cardi B, the person, I'm not a fan of. I'm really only a fan of the music. But the other part of me feels genuinely sorry for her, because ever since she's been on the scene, she makes me feel like she doesn't have stable mental health. Even before Bodak Yellow came out and she was on Love and Hip Hop, I felt like she didn't have stable mental health, which is why I wasn't a fan of her as a person. I didn't become a fan of her until she dropped the album, and I became a fan of the music. and a part of me aches for her because unstable mental health is no one's fault. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't know, and we live in a day and age where people do all of these performative things and they think that that's normal, right? So she may not even know that her mental health is unstable, allegedly, because the thing that she does is what people do nowadays. She's always appeared to me as if the mental health was unstable. And then me making that assumption, it would be other things that kind of make me feel that way. Like case in point, I used to watch Star Brim had a podcast and I used to watch it. And I remember she talked about like, y'all leave Cardi the fuck alone. That's my friend. I love her. And one of the things that she shared was that how the public doesn't know that when Cardi is under heavy scrutiny publicly, she can have like a mental breakdown, which is why the people that love her and care about her feel so defensive about her when she goes through those things, because they know how much she goes through when these things happen, and I think that comes with the territory of being a celebrity. So if you choose to live your life publicly and you choose to be a celebrity, then scrutiny and criticism and the worst of the worst is what, can come into play. And I just feel like the mental health is not stable enough for this profession. And I think that's why she can't focus on, making another album, because mentally, ever since she's been a celebrity, she may not be in the best space. And for that, I won't call that rant performative. I'll say that, from woman to woman, my heart bled for her. My heart bled for her. If I'm being honest, initially I was judging her, but when I really heard all the things that might or might not have taken place, my heart bled for her, because again, woman to woman, I don't wish heartbreak on anybody. It can make you feel like you're dying. Okay, so even though the name of this video is The Word of the Week is Performative, I'm only discussing Cardi because that's what happened this week, but I do not feel anymore that what happened this week with her on social media and her and Offset was performative. I think Cardi needs help. And I'm not going to sit up here and say I think that Cardi would off herself, even though from what I heard, that is some of the things she has said. But I do think that the mental health is very, very unstable. And I don't think being a celebrity helps with that. I tell everybody, I have chosen to live my life, a part of my life, on the internet, right? Somebody asked me not too long ago, they said, if people leave you comments and people say things about you, because most times people will say it to me in person, they won't say it. Somebody with my heard me recording. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Yes. I won't say that. I mean, the person asked me, they said, what do I feel if people leave me negative comments? Well, number one on the list, I have my comments where I have to review them before they get posted, because for me, I don't tolerate disrespect. But when people leave me negative comments, I'll tell you two things. One thing is that the people that love me don't leave me negative comments. If they have something negative to say about me, they'll say it to my face out of respect for me. So sometimes you'll get people like, girl, that last live, you was that ass wrong. Or what the fuck was your eyebrows on? You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll say it to me directly out of respect. The people that will leave disrespectful comments to me online, I don't take seriously because they don't know me personally. And I don't know if that means I just have a thick skin or just because I'm well aware of what I chose. I'm choosing to sit in front of a camera. You see me visually. I'm giving my personal and my personal thoughts and my opinions about things. People is going to have judgment about. People is going to pass judgment about that. Are they always going to like what I say? No. Are they always going to say nice things to me? No. But I'm also well aware of that, so it doesn't get to me. The people that I know and I love, if they have some not so nice things to say about me, they say them actually to me. And the people that do say them on my social media or my YouTube channel, they don't know me personally, so I don't give a fuck about what they think, right? And that's how I can move forward in this profession. I would love, you guys could send this video to Cardi. I would love for her to have an Operation Hill 100 Hard session, because fame aside, celebrity aside, I would love to hear the backstory of her upbringing and, some of the things that happened before she became who she was. Because like I said, even seeing her on Love and Hip Hop, she always gave me the impression that the mental health was a little unstable. And that's not to be meant as an insult. That's just my assessment. Okay, so that's it. That's it about Cardi. That's it about Cardi. I just wanted to put that out there first because, like I said, the name of this video is called The Word of the Week is Performative, and the rest of these motherfuckers I'm about to talk about is definitely out here putting on performances, and I want to speak about them and their acting skills in this live, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that your dinner is done. You might be eating at the moment. If you're here, make sure you like the video. That lets me know you're in the building. If you want to leave something in the chat, I see my cousin Lulu's here and I see my Pookie here. Hi, my family. You know, if you want to leave a message in the chat to let me know you're here. But if not, just make sure you hit the thumbs up button so that lets me know you want to sit and you have your sip and you're ready to roll. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to discuss, and this video goes in my unpopular opinion playlist because a lot of these things that I say on these videos in this playlist, folks might not agree with, but it's just how I feel, and it's what? My unpopular opinion. Okay, the next up is Meg Thee Stallion. All right. Me personally, I chose a long time ago not to speak about Meg Thee Stallion publicly. My family, my spouse, my friends, the people that I have close relationships with, we have conversations about these type of topics, like Meg Thee Stallion, right? But I have chosen in this space not to have in the past not to have those conversations publicly because we live in a world that anything goes if you are well liked, and I wasn't raised like that. I was not raised like that, right? Even being a popular person, I can always depend on my family to check me. Okay, girl, yeah, we hear all that, but you was dead ass wrong. You like my family will listen, girl, you okay? YouTube a side bitch. Why? You know what I'm saying? I've always had people around me that check me. Some people check me in a nice way. Some people are very blunt in the way they say things to me. Some people don't say anything. Their actions just show, bitch, I was not feeling you and you need to check. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had folks around to check me. That doesn't mean that I don't have folks who love me. That doesn't mean that if you check me, you don't love me. It just means that, in my opinion, I view it as love. I view it, and that's the way I was raised, that when you're trying to let me know something that you view is for my own good, even if I don't view it that way, I appreciate you doing that for me, right? What I saw from very early on is Meg Thee Stallion is America's sweetheart. Right? She is America's sweetheart. You know, I do know that there is a group of people that feel a way towards her, but I mostly see the people that go up for her all of the time, right? So every time I would see something happen with her publicly, it's never her fault, it's everybody else's fault, every situation. Once I saw that happen more than 3 times, for me, I had decided I'm not going to talk about Meg publicly because I don't get paid to argue about my opinion, right? So you'll never catch me doing it. I do not. People try to engage me in arguments about Beyonce. You will never see me do it. If Beyonce puts me on a payroll, I will talk about her until I'm blue in the face. But until then, I have my opinion about her. Others have theirs. I don't debate that, right? So I normally don't talk about Meg. But I did have my personal opinion about her. And one of the things that I've always felt is that whenever she has situations, all the way from her situation from her record label up to the shooting, right? Whenever she has situations, I see the public maim the other party involved, right? And again, I'm not here to say that I do not think the other party is liable. But for me, when I'm listening to the situation from what they're putting out there, it seems like at some point she has some liability as well. But because she's well liked, we can't talk about that. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised like that. I was not raised like that. For me, the reason why I like to be checked and the reason why I honestly love and respect it is because checking me gives me room to grow. right? So if I have a family member that has to say something to me that I'm totally against, no matter how much I'm arguing them down to the core, I'm listening. I'm listening because I feel like they're telling me something that they might feel is for my own good. And also, I want to grow. In life, that's the only thing that you're really mandated to do is grow. So when you keep telling a person, everybody's picking on you, everybody's bothering you, everybody's doing wrong to you, they never feel like they do anything wrong. So if I never have a part in all of the things that happen to me, how do I ever grow? Right? That was my feeling about Meg Thee Stallion. All the way up from the issue she was having with her record labels down to the issue with Tory Lanez. That was my opinion, but I never spoke it publicly, right? So every time she would do stuff, I'm looking like, so nobody is going to say anything to her about that, because I think she's going to repeat those same behaviors because nobody is sharing with her, mommy, hi, you wasn't supposed to do that. I know what they did, but let me tell you what your ass didn't need to do, right? But again, she's America's sweetheart. So I don't say two words. So now this whole partisan Fontaine situation, right? Which is her ex-boyfriend. Is there any other footage or photos that I could see of partisan? Because now I never paid partisan no fucking mind. So really and truly, I didn't really know how he looked prior to watching him on the Breakfast Club the other day. I did not really know how he looked. And the other day, looking at him on the Breakfast Club and thinking about all of the things that people were saying when he was going with Meg, and I don't know no, I don't see it. But okay, I guess. I mean, it gave me like 4 from Black Ink Cousin. Like, I didn't like that. I don't like the cut off vest. I didn't like the shell bracelets. I'm not into that. I'm sorry. I'm not into that. But anywho, I guess. So I watched his interview on the Breakfast Club, which is the first time I've ever physically seen him or heard him speak, right? So I'm listening to the interview. I mean, I guess. I don't see the hype. I don't see that. Maybe he was sitting down. I might need to see him standing. I don't know. Whatever the hype was about party, I don't know if the hype was just that he goes with Matt. I don't know. But it just wasn't there for me. Another thing that I did not like is he did come across very arrogant on the interview. That annoyed me. But I can be fair. Whether he was arrogant or not, he drove home some very good points. And one of the points was, number one on the list, you could see that fucking boy let a girl. He let a girl, and I think that if she would take back what she said and take back all those niggas she fucked, he would get back with her and we would live happily ever after. He let a fucking girl, right? Okay, that's undeniable. The whole Breakfast Club was saying that. He let a girl. And I think he was hurt about what she allowed folks to believe about him, which was she dropped the one-liner in her new song, and it made folks feel like she was talking about him. And his whole point was like, I done been with you throughout the trial, and I done had your back when people have made things up about you and allowed the world to believe things about you, Tory Lanez included, your best friend included. You know how that feels. So why would you just drop that line out there when you see everybody just diving on me? You not even trying to throw me a lifeline. Like, that's not cool. Knowing that what you're saying is not true. What I think happened was, because the way he described it, he was like, what she said is kind of like what happened. So you know what I think? I think that there was a cheat. No, he did admit I didn't cheat first, but I cheated back. But I think the way she made it seem like was like, oh, he just cheated on me. And his whole point was, no. We talked about it. You did some bad, this and shit. Don't just throw me out to the wolves, right? Which I really understood what he was saying. And he said the only reason why he came forward to talk about, because number one, he felt hurt that why would you allow these people to believe these things? And why you threw that out there and ain't even try to clear my name? And then 2 on the list is that now you blocking my blessings. Because people would say they don't want to interview me and they don't want to work with me. And I'm still trying to get my music career going. Why would you do me like that? I thought we agreed to separate amicably, right? So I got him. on that point. I got him on that point. I was like, okay, I see why he's coming forth. He's not trying to be a bitch. He's just saying, like, listen, I still want to do business, and what you did to me blocked my business. So I had to speak up for myself. Got it. I'm cool on that, right? Now, my issue is, again, folks didn't know they was broken up because the only thing you saw was like them follow each other. You don't see them with each other no more. Neither one of them had came out and said, listen, I'm not with the other no more. But when she dropped the one-liner in the song, one would assume, because that was her last public relationship, that she was speaking about him. The whole world assumed that. When they assumed it, she never bothered to clear it up. She let them, right? But she decided to come forth after his Breakfast Club interview with her rant. Once again, Meg does not get checked because she's well liked. So because she does not get checked, she goes on with all types of BS that, in my opinion, makes no fucking sense, because a lot of that bullshit, you are the reason it gets started. I'm sorry, I have to say it. I know folks don't want to hear it. I know we got to protect Black women. I hear all of that, but come on. We also have to hold each other accountable. You dropped the song, dropped the line. You know what the Black women said? He was dead wrong because he dropped the song. So forget she dropped the line. He just shouldn't have dropped the song. That's what made him worse. So now she's going on live, and her whole point is, why are you speaking about me? Because I didn't say it was you. So what are you speaking about it for? Meg, you also didn't say it was him. You let them attack him. You let them attack his new woman, knowing that they would think it was him. Why did you do that? We didn't have smoke before that. Why? But you know why? You did that because the same way how you went back to that white girl mansion and started that fight with that white girl and Tory Lanez, which made that white girl put y'all out. And now you and Tory Lanez continue y'all fight in the car, and then it escalated into the shooting. But the end result is what Tory Lanez did. The end result is what what's his name? Party did. And that's all that matters. That's not all that matters. I'm sorry. I hear everything y'all trying to say about her being America's sweetheart. I do hear the end result being these men and their actions, but I also think that some of those actions were done because they were gaslit and triggered by some of her actions. And I think if we keep not holding her accountable for some of the things that she did, she's going to continue with those behaviors. And you can't grow if you keep doing these things. They're getting the punishment. They are getting the punishment. Her fans are holding it on. He is getting rocked, so he's getting his punishment. Tory's in jail. He's getting his, right? But we need to also address some of the shit you do, because you up there going on a rant as if Cardi just woke up that morning and decided to do an interview about you. Another thing was that he wasn't only doing an interview about her. If you watch the interview, he was up there to promote his music. Charlamagne the God and them wanted to keep talking about what happened with Meg, why you said that about Meg. But is this a diss track? This is worse than Ether. He was trying to get away from it because he was like, listen, I did say what I said because of what she did, but I'm trying to move forward. I just wanted to protect my name because I still want to continue to do business and music with people, and they shutting me out because they think I cheated on America's sweetheart. That's it. And if it wasn't him, why you couldn't just come forward and say, I'm not talking about Party, I'm talking about one of my past relationships, and keep rapping? You wanted people to think it was about him. So you can't ignite these fires, and then when a fucking building is burning, you looking like, who started that? You! It irritates me. I'm sorry. It irritates me. I'm sorry. I am all for protecting Black women, including self, but we also have to be held accountable so we can be better women. We can, this whole victim mentality of because I like you, you didn't do anything wrong, and everybody, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And the same reason how she can act like I just went to the party and Tori shot me. I ain't lying. It's the same way she can act like I just made a song and party just got mad at me. No, you ignite a lot of these fires. Cut the bullshit. Cut it. Cut it. And then when somebody finally do hold your feet to the fire, like, listen, hi, the stallion, let me holler at you. My mother died and my grandmother died. I don't got nobody. We understand that. We understand that. That's why we're trying to guide you. That's why we're trying to guide you. Because like you said, the matriarchs in your family is gone and nobody is leading and guiding you. So we want to help you. But as soon as somebody comes to try to tap you on the shoulder and let you know you playing yourself, you get all defensive. He shot me. We know. And he's in jail. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it, Meg. We got it. Hey, Steph. We got it. We got it. We got it. And I'm sorry. I know this is going to sound harsh. I just have to say it. That whole victim Valerie mentality, I'm not for it. I'm not for it. Cancel me, wipe me out, delete my page, unfollow me. I don't give a fuck. That victim Valerie shit is weak. It's weak and it's whack. You know why? Because every time that you blame all the shit that happens to you on other people is every time you don't get a chance to address your own bullshit and grow. Grow up. Grow up. Party didn't just wake up and say, today is the day I'm going to write a song about Meg the person. What the fuck the stupid ass song name was. He wrote the song because you dropped the line and you allowed the world to believe it was about him. And instead of saying, check this out, who is her fan base? The horses? Who is her fan base? Instead of saying like, y'all chill, that's not about him. That's about one of my past relationships. You just allowed the world to believe it. And because of that, like he said, that stopped a lot of my business. So now I have to come forward and speak my piece. Why wouldn't he? What the fuck is wrong? Listen. Okay. I am raised by a village of Black women. So nobody on this planet, my whole business, before I started opening Operation Heal 100 Hearts up to men and group sessions, it was centered around women. So I'm all for protecting us. But what the fuck I'm not for is not allowing us to grow. And to keep treating a person like they're a victim and everybody is doing something to them and the world is against them. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. That's bull. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Take 4, pick up 2 and reverse. I call bullshit. Okay? And for Meg, I'm sorry to say it. And it's not because I dislike her. She's an Aquarius, which is my sign. But I just think it's bullshit. She's victim Valerie. What I will give her is she's young. She's young and she lost 2 of the most important people in her life that was supposed to guide her. So therefore, again, I could to some degree understand, but it doesn't mean that I have to be tolerant. I'm not, no, my dear. No, we have to grow up. And what she did the party was not nice because you going on that rant was only getting your fans back on your side as if he did something to you. He did after what you did. That's how the situation with you took. I'm not even going to go into it. Listen. Again, it's performative. It's performative. My word of the week, of the year, and it might be of the decade because that's what I see with this. It's performative. It's performative. I'm sorry. It's all for hand claps and awards. It's performative. It's performative. That whole live that Meg did was performative. Okay? Yes, he did go on an interview. Yes, he did discuss his feelings. Yes, he did discuss some of what took place between y'all because he felt comfortable doing so. He also did that because A, he was asked these questions, and B, as a result of what you did. Hi. How you doing, Meg? So that victim Valerie mentality, I'm sorry. I can't get with it. But once again, that's America's sweetheart. So that's what it is. But that's my feelings about that performative behavior. Now, we are moving on. Make sure you guys go share my live with other folks. Get them in the room. Get the lights up. Get your people here. We're going to have some conversation because next on the docket is Jonathan Majors. Now, I want to say something, right? About Jonathan Majors. First of all, I don't watch no Marvel. I don't watch none of that bullshit. I'm sorry to say, I don't watch none of it. So you know how folks are like, no, I seen like Spike. I don't watch any of that stuff. I don't. I don't know. I don't watch it. I can't tell you who's Batman this year, who's Superman last year, who's the new Catwoman. I don't watch none of that bullshit. So when it comes down to like Marvel, I don't watch none of that. So I did not know who in the fuck Jonathan Majors was. I was like, who? And they kept saying, yeah, Jonathan Majors. Who? I didn't know who Jonathan Majors was. So when the conversation came up about him, what I got from the conversation was that he is like somebody important in the Marvel world, and we should be proud of him because he's a black man that's important in the Marvel world. Okay, I want to be proud of all black people, so I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess I don't know. And then I seen a picture of him. Once again, that square, that partisan is in. You could put Jonathan in it underneath partisan, not even on top, because I was looking at Jonathan like, what? I thought the Marvel. No, I wasn't here for Jonathan. I wasn't here for Jonathan. So when they was talking about him, I was like, I don't got Jonathan to think about, right? So now comes the story of Jonathan with the woman with the situation, right? Even with that situation, when I saw Jonathan and then I saw the woman he was beefing with, and she was of the Caucasian persuasion, I didn't want Jonathan. None of my people I know who want him. So to see him with that white girl ain't mean nothing to me. I was like, okay, Jonathan, I mean, do your number. That got to do with me. So I still didn't have Jonathan to think about. What got Jonathan on my radar? Because they like, oh, now they going to trial and this is getting serious. And the white girl said he snuffed on, punched on, kicked on. No, I'm like, okay, Jonathan, why are you over there teeing up on these white girls? What's wrong with you? So I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on. So then they were saying that other women came forward and said Jonathan be teed up on all the hoes. So I said, what? You know, and I'm looking at Jonathan like, I don't want the fucking Chelsea boots. I didn't have Jonathan Candyman Trench and Chelsea boots to think about. I was off Jonathan. So I'm like, okay, Jonathan, whatever floats your boat. I ain't have him to think about, but okay, they saying this is what's going on. Now, in the process of this, you guys know that Megan Good left the pastor. I mean, me and Megan cool. You know, I remember she did a video. I liked some of the things that she said in the video. I reposted it. I mean, I guess. So then they said Megan go with Jonathan. I said, what? Now, I guess I must have lost track of time. I didn't have any time to be like, in my mind, Megan divorced the pastor 35 minutes ago. So to see her with Jonathan was like, what? Meanwhile, she could have divorced the pastor 5 years ago. In my mind, it was 35 minutes ago because remember, I'm not thinking about Megan or the pastor. So I was like, what are you doing with this man? Then I kind of found it really weird and odd that, you know, him being in the middle of like an assault case, that he would be starting a new relationship. Like that was weird to me for both of them. But again, I honestly can't say what goes on with Jonathan or Megan. So I just like, okay, I got to think about it. So now in these last couple of days, the trial then got riled up and they then got things going. So now I'm like, okay, well, let me peek at the trial. Now, in all fairness, let me say this. Other than the trial, I have never seen a Jonathan Majors interview. I have damn sure never seen Jonathan Major movies. I have never seen Jonathan Majors on a panel. I never seen Jonathan Majors on a freaking city bike. I never seen Jonathan Majors on an award show. I don't have Jonathan Majors to think about. So my commentary right now is strictly about what I'm hearing from the trial, and it's Chelsea boots and his trench coat that he's showing up with at the trial, holding hands of Megan, right? So now I'm here listening to this. All right. Oh, prosecution rolled out this and defense rolled out this and DDT and DDT, right? So then they showed a video of Jonathan fucking sprinting. When the video starts, you see that Jonathan is trying to stuff the white girl in a SUV, right? So what it looks like is that they may have gotten into something, it spilled out the car, but they just show it like when he's lifting her up, putting her in the car. Clearly, she doesn't want to get in the car because I think she feels like when I get in the car, you gonna leave me and close the door. So because of that, she's trying to get out the car. When he see her trying to get out the car, he dashed off with a sprint, right? So here he is sprinting through, I want to say that's New York City, probably fucking Soho. He's just sprinting. I mean, if you watch, it's about 6 different cameras. You see them jogging. Him running, she chasing him. So then he stopped somewhere. She stopped somewhere, but I think she didn't know where he went. So she stopped, and now she's talking to some people. And then you see him walking past her. Again, looking at her talk to the people. Then you see the next video I saw was the cops with the body cam because they had been called to their condo or wherever they live. And when he took the cops upstairs, she is in the closet on the floor. She's alive, she's responsive, but she's just like dazed and confused. And he's telling the cops this is how I found her. And so I'm looking at this like, Jonathan, what the fuck you was doing with this? What is going on here? So now I'm listening to the shit that was rolling out from the case. This is the deal, right? Jonathan Majors is king of the corn, right? King of the cornballs, right? So because of that, us Black women are with it, right? We are with it. We are sassy, we are fast, we are swift, we are fierce. We can really get with you, right? And when our mental health is stable and we're in a good space, we can be very assertive. We know what we want. We work pretty much, especially when we're working on our trauma, we healing, like we really with shit, right? I can see how that can be intimidating to certain type of men, right? The impression I got looking at this girl and looking at Jonathan was that Jonathan he may now want that type of person because he's with Megan Good, but prior to the case, Jonathan didn't give me he want nobody with it, because if he wanted somebody with it, he would have never been attracted to this girl. Never. Because again, if you're attracted to, you can't be with, like, that's not gonna work. So I'm looking at the girl saying, well, how did this work, right? So from listening to the things that they put out about from the case, because she's secretly recording the shit, Jonathan Majors is there telling this white girl that he's building an empire for his culture and his people. He's telling to the white girl now. And because of that, she needs to act accordingly. So she needs to learn how to mimic Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. When I fucking heard that, the way I almost broke my TV. Jonathan, your ass ain't low. Your ass ain't low. Your ass ain't low, Jonathan. You ain't low. You ain't low. Jonathan, the only thing you wanted to do was some mental fuckery with that white girl, and you knew you could not play that shit on no Black woman. You knew you could not, because they would get with your cornball ass and tear that trench coat and them Chelsea boots the fuck off you, okay? So you went and found a woman that you could manipulate, and how in the dog fuck was this white girl gonna act like or emulate Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama? I want you to tell me, Jonathan. Please explain it to me. How is she gonna emulate that? You knew she couldn't fucking emulate that. But what you wanted is for her to spend the duration of your relationship trying to. And every time she falls short, which is what she was gonna do, you was gonna say, see, this is what I mean. And she was gonna be so stressed the fuck out trying to make you happy that you was gonna be the king of the jungle in her world, Mufasa. And that's how you was gonna get what you want. But you so fucking corny, you couldn't deal with no real bitch. Jonathan, listen, Jonathan, the way I wanted to tear your fucking Chelsea boots off, you annoyed me. When I heard that, I say, wait a minute, run this motherfucking tape back. Run this tape back. Run this tape. Not, you need to be more like Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm saying? Why in the dog fuck was you telling this white girl she need to be more like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King? What was she? How she was gonna be that way, Jonathan? To tell me how was she gonna be that way? Why the fuck you ain't gonna find a woman that emulates on her own Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama and get with them? You knew that, right? Jonathan, even listening to the audio from Jonathan, and granted, you know, in all fairness to him, I didn't want to make it seem like in a situation like this, I'm going against the black man, right? Because we do need to stick together, right? We do definitely need to stick together. And I think the white girl was on some nut shit too. Don't get me wrong, I do, right? But again, the white girl ain't my people. No shade, she's not my people. The white girl I love name is Siobhan. I don't know that girl. I don't even know her fucking name. So I didn't fuck what she did. But let me check you. Bro, because if you don't get checked, what will end up happening is if you beat this case and you slip through the cracks, you will get with another white girl and start telling her she need to emulate Foxy Brown and Little Kim. And when she can't live up to those standards, then you are holding on that white bitch, driving her crazy. That's what you wanted to do. I'm sorry. You was trying to, why, Jonathan? Y'all get Jonathan on the line. Tell me why. Why you didn't say she need to fucking emulate Julia Roberts? Why did you pick two of the most powerful black women in history for a white woman to emulate? Why? Why didn't you just go find you a beautiful black woman that wants to emulate another powerful black woman or who is just a powerful black woman in her own right and get with them? But guess what? Now when you in the assault charge and all that bullshit, who you with now? Megan, let me let you know something, Megan, because Megan, what the fuck? And girl, see, I get too riled up. That's why I be having to go live. I get too riled the fuck up. Megan, what the fuck you doing here? Explain this to me. I want to know, Megan, because to be honest, I never really kept up with your career as well. So I can't honestly say if like you ain't doing no movie roles. Or I don't know if you want BET Plus. I don't know what the fuck going on. So Megan, do you have a problem? I think no, I'm lying. I think you had something on Hulu. Megan, I never really had you to think of. Megan, what the fuck are you doing over there? Why? Then they said y'all all in the courtroom falling apart because the white girl revealing all of the nut shit he was over there saying to her. Listen, Jonathan, go sit your unlace them Chelsea fucking boots, unbutton that tight ass fucking trench Candyman coat, and go sit your stupid ass down. Okay? Because I guarantee you, after this trial is over, Megan and Jonathan gonna be over. Megan, why you there? Y'all get Megan, why were you there? Yeah, I'm not here for it. I'm not the fuck here for it, and I would never be here for it. Jonathan, that was performative. And you know what? A part of me is kind of happy that the white girl recorded you because your people like me, your black people, the one who emulates Coretta Scott, I'm my own black. I don't even need to be Coretta and Michelle. Khadija, me, how you doing? Hi, Jonathan. I could check your ass. Listen, you need to work on being a fucking cornball. And if that's who you are at heart, you need to realize that I'm corny. Let me go find me a black woman who can accept my corniness and be with them. But to try to be with a white girl and then tell her that she should be Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama is manipulation at its fucking finest. You was trying to stress that girl the fuck out. And I'm done with you and I'm over your ass. Not to mention, they say you've been beating these hoes up. That's the word on the curb. Baby. I hope you could clear your name, but the word on the curb is you've been beating these hoes. So I hope and pray I hope and pray that they lying on you. But if they not lying on you, take your corny ass to therapy. Take off that trench coat. Jonathan, let me get off you because I'm liable to DM you and curse you the fuck out. So let me get off you. But that's the long and the short of that. That is the long and the short of that. That is the long and the short of that. That white girl is a nut, but let me tell you something. This is a phrase that I heard and I learned, and I believe 50% is true, and the other 50 is your fault. Men will drive you crazy and call you crazy. Y'all people can act like y'all don't understand what that means if y'all want to, but it's the God's honest truth. And forget about black or white. We just speaking for women and men. Men will drive you crazy and call you crazy. And that's what he did. That's what he did. Because there's no way that he could have thought that this white woman could emulate two of the most black, powerful queens in the history of black women. He did that because he knew she couldn't live up to that standard, and he knew that was going to drive her crazy because she wanted to be with him so bad. She needed her Mufasa. Girl, Jonathan, work on your shit, bro. Work on your shit. Anywho, before I go into my last performative motherfucker tonight, let's talk about our shows. Are y'all watching? Listen. Are y'all watching Real Housewives of Potomac, which comes on tonight at 8 o'clock on Bravo? And are y'all watching Married to Medicine, which comes on tonight at 9 o'clock on Bravo? I did 2 reviews and character assessments of all of the characters on both those shows. Go back and like those videos and watch them. Because I want y'all to watch the shows with me. I don't like watching the shows by myself. I'm in here bullying Pookie, and he looking at me like I'm crazy. Because he like, girl, I got to watch my sports. I don't care about these hoes. And I'm like, please, Pookie, because I just want to tell you about Dr. Jackie and Simone. You know what I'm saying? So I need an audience to watch the shows with me. So watch them. And if you watch my videos, I did a character assessment, so you kind of have a feel of what's going on thus far if you missed some of the episodes. So go watch them. That's tonight. I told you that I'm watching Basketball Wives on Monday. I'm only watching LA. I'm not watching Orlando. If somebody want to give me, I know Noodles, you was watching Orlando, so if you want to give me some backdrop about what's going on, I might tune in. I'm not gonna lie there. I mean, I guess. What else am I watching? I watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. It comes on Saturday. I just don't review it. I guess. Those are the only real shows I got for right now. Oh, the Brad and Judy is coming back this Thursday, I heard. So if y'all want to tune into that, then you know, but go watch my show reviews. Y'all watch my show reviews. Tell me what you think. Tell me am I nut. I love y'all feedback. So give it to me. Also, Dear DJs are dropping left and right. 2 Dear DJs are dropping this week. 1 dropped today. I'm trying to give y'all what y'all need, right? Okay. So let's get on the last performative for the night. And then we're going to get on with the get on, right? And this story right here, this is why I did this live, because I was in here cursing this out so bad. And again, like I said, Pookie is trying to watch his sports. So he like, Deja, I need to hear the touchdowns. You need to shut the fuck up. And, you know, again, he's not into this stuff. So he's like, Deja, I don't give a damn about this. So I said, let me go live and talk to my people about it. Okay. I need a recording studio, Pookie. They don't respect me. I'm tired of Brooklyn. So, anywho, let's talk about Christian Keys. Now, I don't know if folks have to go Google Christian Keys. If you was on social media between last night and today, then you kind of know who I'm talking about, right? Prior to social media last night and today, I had seen the face before, but once again, Christian Keys, he go in the same box as Party and Jonathan, but he goes on top because physically he might be a little better than them. But once again, another Negro that I did not have to think about. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, Pookie. Christian, I didn't have you to think about. So when I saw you going live, I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. I saw the live show up on my feed, on my YouTube feed, but once again, I didn't have Christian to think about, so I didn't care. But I do follow, it's a few YouTubers that I go to hear what's popping and what's in the know right now, because they are people that YouTube is their full-time job, so they can keep up on what's in the know every second. I don't have time for that. So I watch them to kind of hear, okay, what's going on. One of them is my girl, Jamie. That's me. Jamie is pregnant. I like Jamie. And another one of them is Andrew Gabor. Y'all would love Gabor. Me and my Aunt Joyce love Armand Wiggins, but he does more hip-hop stuff. Andrew Gabor is like a Armand, but in the reality TV space, and hilarious. I tried to put my arm on to Gabor too. So I watch them because they kind of keep in the loop of what's going on a daily basis, where I don't have time for that. So when Christian Keys went live, I just was like, okay, I guess, right? But when I went and watched Jamie That's Me, I got to hear about what Christian was going live about. Performative is my word of the week, of the year, of the century, right? Because what I see is we live in an era where everybody gets in front of the camera to perform what's going on in their life, right? Let me go to the chat. I ain't been in the chat. I see Pookie talking. I see Stephanie talking. I see Noodle talking. I'm sorry. Let me check the chat before I give it to him, right? Stephanie said, hey. Pookie said he teed up kicking all that black flower shit to a white girl, good for his ass. He said, how Sway. Noodle said, definitely the king of the corns. Stephanie said he really feel like he was trolling the hell out of that. I really feel like he was trolling her stuff. And Stephanie said she definitely was on some obsessive mess, and he was eating off that because he knew she could never. Exactly. Jonathan, I'm done with you. Bring your ass. Jonathan, you know my nerves. That's right. Steph said she could never emulate the queens. And Noodle said it was a PR stunt to get him back next to a black woman. We don't want his ass. Then they cursed out the Candyman trench coat. Yeah, but you have to see him with the fucking collar up. He irritated me. They was all sprinting through Soho. She chasing him with her bell bottoms and her fucking combat boots on. I was done with them. That whole thing irritated me. Noodle said she is not featuring them shows. And Pookie said, that man wanted what happened to him to happen. Any man that allows himself to be sexually abused by another and still continue to work with him after the fact, like that. I don't care. He's trying to pull a Cassie. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's bring to the front seat. What I will say is that, Cassie, you done got it started and got it going, girl. You done got it started and got it going. Let me say this about sexual assault victims, anything of the sort, right? I do not want to discredit your experience. I do not want to devalue your experience. I do not want to make it seem like I feel as though what happened to you was okay, because you have a right. You have a right to do whatever you need to do to feel safe about a situation that takes place with you that makes you feel uncomfortable. That's one, right? That's one, because I know with these people, you trying to re-victimize, and listen, this live is not about that, right? You saw what the live said. Word of the week is performative. So this is not about me saying you didn't go through what you went through. This is not about me saying that experience didn't traumatize you. This is not about me saying that you shouldn't do what you need to do to feel better in that space or to make things. Listen, you can do whatever you need to do. The other thing I think that you need to factor in is that you brought the situation to the public, so we have the right to say our opinions, whether they're liked or not. You do not like my opinion, get off my live. What I liked about Andrew Gabor, remember I told y'all that one of the people that I watch, I love his commentary. One of the things that he says that I can agree with is, if you're sensitive, leave. And that is something that I agree with, because sometimes you have to have some real conversation that folks are just not ready for. Anywho, so Christian Keys went on live. I think the live was about 2 hours, right? I personally didn't watch Christian's live in its entirety, right? So I would be a liar to tell you like, oh, I sat there and watched the live, his live. No, what I watched was the people who I watched that do commentary, like Jamie That's Me, like Andrew Gabor. I watched them replay the live on their channel, and I heard pretty much the long and short of it, because Jamie damn near played the whole thing. So I got like, oh, okay, this is what took place. Now, the only thing that I will say I'm not 100% clear on from not listening to his live, which I don't have the desire to. I got the bits and the pieces that I needed. Unless he's going to drop some more crumbs after the fact, I pretty much got the gist of what he was saying. But I'm not all the way 100% sure about the order of operations. That's what I would say. So what I would say was there's some things that he said, and I don't know what went first, and I don't know what went last. That is what I will say. But I mean, I got the gist of where he was going. Basically, he was saying that he had been sexually harassed and possibly, he didn't say he was actually sexually assaulted, if I'm being clear, but I think he attempted. There was an attempt. There was an attempt to sexually assault him. And this was happening from a very powerful billionaire in the entertainment industry, right? Now, one of the things that I did not understand about him coming forward, right? Because again, he just went live to tell this story. In my opinion, you went live to tell your story because everybody's telling this story now since Cassie. I mean, that's the thing. That's the performative thing to do, right? Whereas Cassie didn't go live at all. She went to the courthouse. But we'll get to what he said about the courthouse. But that's what I see. I see lately people are coming forth with their performative efforts to share what they've been through. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. Anyway, he went live to say, what I didn't like about what I heard him saying on the live was that he gave me the impression that he was angry for this person for being great. And let me say something about that, right? You know how people say, oh, R. Kelly is a whatever he is, but aside from that, he makes great music, right? The same way I was telling y'all earlier how because folks are, well, like, people don't want to check them. I also feel like because people have done some wrong in some areas of their life, people want to discredit everything that they did. And that's another thing that I don't like. So like the example I just gave y'all, R. Kelly is who he is for what they proved that he did, but he's also one of the greatest living R&B singers and writers. Well, I don't know if he writes on the planet. That's independent of him and all of the monstrous things that he did with those women, right? I think that we can say both. The same way how I told y'all earlier, I think that we can say, yes, Meg Thee Stallion, you are well liked, but your ass need to be checked. I think we can also say, yes, you are fucked up to women, but you also make some of the best music in the world. And I kind of get annoyed that people try to make you feel like when you want to also entertain the good parts of a person because they have some bad parts, you're a fucked up person. And you know why I feel that way? Because I'm not perfect. I may have some bad parts of myself that I have displayed to people, and they have a right to feel that way. But I also have some good parts that I displayed to people. Why the good people can't talk for me too? Why I have to only be about my bad? You see what I mean? So that's why I don't like that they do that. And what I got from Christian Keys, he just kept saying things like, and these are some of y'all faves, and these are some that y'all love, and some that y'all idolize. And it was like, listen, whether we love or idolize them or not, just tell us what the fuck they did to you. Like, what do you keep bringing it up? Because it's almost as if you're only saying it's because you want the rest of the world to turn on that person. No, the rest of the world don't need to turn on them. You just need to because he did the shit to you. So that first part for me was like, when are we going to get to the part where you tell what the fuck they did? Because that's all he was saying initially was like, because some of y'all, what is the word he was using? What was the word he was using? And basically the word was, I'm going to find it. He was just saying like, and in so many words, y'all think these people is perfect, but let me tell you what they did to me. No, I got that. I also got that I could give you a group of people that's going to tell you some bullshit I did to them. They feel, right? But I also have a group of people that's going to say, nah, I mean, aside from what you saying, I fucked with Deja. So for me, when he kept bringing up like the world loves this person and they're so great, and I'm like, bro, you hating? Like, no shade. No shade, but you giving me a little bit of hater vibes because why you bringing up how much the world loved them? Just say what the fuck they did, right? So one of the early parts of the live, this is one of the parts that confused me, right? Because he was saying that I'm not clear on if the first pass was made. Yeah, it just was unclear to me because what he said was that he keeps a chain or something, a pen or something where he can record things. He said because if you're around powerful people, they may ask for your phone, those are the things that you normally will record. So he keeps something that folks won't ask about, let me get that, but it can record everything, right? Which makes sense. One of the things that I didn't understand was he said that this person is a predator and they're weird and boom boom. But there was a party. He went to the party. He had numerous shots or numerous drinks of Hennessy, and he dozed off in the person's guest bed. What I don't know is if he said this was the first incident. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think he said the first incident was that the person asked to see him naked and they would give him $100,000. And they said that the person said, I don't need to touch you or nothing. I just need to see you. And he's offering that money. From what I remember, and I could be wrong, y'all don't quote me, that was the first thing where it was like, no, fuck out of here. So my other thing about it is if a male is asking you to engage in something sexually, which is you seeing me naked, and you're not attracted to men and you're offended, at that point, as a male, and I'm pretty sure Pookie is only gone aside right now, but he already spoke his piece, you're offended. I'm almost sure, forget about just as men, as a woman. Let's use women and men. Once you ask to see me naked and you offering me money, I'm offended from there. So I'm not playing with your motherfucking ass. Now I have choices. After that happens, I have choices to say whether I don't want to be around you or I'll be around you with parameters or, I'm not to move with you because you already did some weird shit. From what I remember, that offer came first. And then the next thing was, oh, you went to a party. This is what Christian Keys said. Now y'all go check the live out. He went to a party. He drank all his Hennessy. He went to sleep in a person's guest bedroom. Christian, you could come here. You come here, Christian. If how you said the ting swing like you said it did, and he asked to see you butt naked and offered you money just to look at your body, why in the dog fuck are you over consuming alcohol and staying in this motherfucker's guest bedroom? Did you want him to, you know what? I'm going to say what you want. Anywho, so that happened. According to him, this same billionaire climbed in the bed with him, right? So he hopped out the bed, get the F off me. I think the billionaire grabbed the wee, all this nut shit, right? So now in the same situation, when a person climbed the bed with me, had so much Hennessy, he jump up, oh, I gotta leave, I gotta go. Now you're leaving, and on your way out, you go to shake the billionaire hand who just grabbed your wee. He tried to grab your wee again. Christian. Let me say this as a woman. Forget about Christian and the billionaire to the side, right? If I'm on a date with a man, right, and this is our first date, I have no intention on sleeping with this man. I just met him in person for the first time. We've been talking on the phone for 6 months, and I'm just seeing him for the first time, and we are on a date, right? And he says, hey, let's go back to my house and we can have some drinks. No problem. Let's go. Let's roll. Remember what I just said. I have no intention of sleeping with this man. When we get back to the house and we have some drinks, in the process of having some drinks, we laugh and we joking, and you put your tongue in my mouth, right? When you put your tongue in my mouth, that's an indication right there in that moment that you want to do something other than have some drinks. So now I'm getting up and I'm getting the fuck out. On my way out the door, there is no physical touching at all other than you have a good night and I'm leaving. You know why? Because you just did something that overstepped my boundaries. And if I have any other physical contact with you, I'm almost sure that you would do that shit again, right? So because of that, on my way out the door, good night, and I'm keeping it moving. Not good night and let me hug you, because then that gives you the room to think, oh, you want me to put my tongue in your mouth and my dick in your ass. Come here, bitch. And then we go, Christian, I can ask the question. Why, when you was in the bed, half dead off Hennessy, and you woke up to the PB in your butt, and you jumped up to say you had to go, and he grabbed your wee-wee, why on your way out did you go to shake his hand? Which from what you said, gave him a chance to grab your wee-wee again. Why the fuck? Christian, you can tell me why you shook his hand? Just tell me that part. And if y'all get on my fucking live and start saying things like, I don't care what I wear and what I do, you should never try to. So if y'all get on here and do that, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to. Christian, why you shook the billionaire hand after he got in the bed with you, put his pee-pee on your BB, and then grabbed your pee-pee on the way out? What was the need to shake his hand? Well, to tell me, please tell. Why were you shaking his hand? To close the deal? Like, what? Tell me what the fuck you shook his hand for, Christian. Again, like you said, when you shook his hand, he grabbed your pee-pee again. Hey, get off me. Leave me alone. I'm not the one. You're not? Okay, got it. Right? So, according to him, that's what took place. Then, like I said, another thing, again, that gave me performative. Oh, you a billionaire, and you offer me $100,000 just to look at me, and I only had $3,000 in the bank, and I gotta pay my baby mother rent because I gotta take care of baby boy, and I'm only eating bologna sandwiches. But I still got my integrity because I didn't take the $100,000. Isn't Christian an actress? Excuse me, an actor? Mm-hmm. This is a real performance right here. This is a real motherfucking performance. This is a real one. Yeah, okay, Christian. Then this is the other part of it, right? I'm not going to say any names. Tone or Loke or whoever his friend was, or the brother, or he. Don't worry, I'm not going to let the cat out the bag. I'm going to keep it to myself because I need to look in the mirror when I shave and know that I'm looking at a king. Then, what did he say next? And he kept saying things like, oh, the billionaire kept telling him, well, no, let me not say kept telling him. This is what he kept saying. Oh, the billionaire kept saying how he had, this is what the billionaire said, how he had a lot of men on payroll that's making X, Y, and Z. But he just kept saying that's coming around and bend over and touch their ankles. And Christian, he was refusing to say the name on the live. He was also pointing out that he doesn't want folks to think this is a money grab because he intentionally let the statute of limitation run out. So he doesn't want anybody to think that he's trying to take this to criminal court because he doesn't want any money. Christian, I can ask a question. Would you want attention? Because you could extort somebody privately, right? So if this was not about any money, and this was not about this person being, because clearly it can't be a criminal case if, you let the statutes of limitation run out for that to be the case. What do you want, Christian? Why are you telling us this on live? Especially if you're not going to share. Because then my other piece about it would have been, okay, if you're telling us this because you just want us to know this person is a predator, when the fuck you going to tell us? When? Because you keep saying, I'm not going to say it. I'm holding the name in. Why? You claim that we look up to and we idolize these people and the world. When are we going to know, Christian? What are you up here for? You said you don't want no money. You said the person can't be brought up on criminal charges because another thing is too, Christian, I swear to God, I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to devalue this person's experience. But Christian, you said it was an it was an attempted sexual assault. So I'm inclined to believe that you up here talking about a motherfucker that like you. I didn't hear, and again, I didn't listen to the live, so maybe I need to go listen to it. I didn't hear you say they stopped your bag, they cut your check, you ain't getting no gigs because of them. You just felt the need to come forward. With what, Christian? What did you come forward with? What did you go? You came forward with some claims that a motherfucker like you, so they was being overly aggressive. Who was it? Christian. Mm-hmm. Performative. Let me tell you why else it was performative. Because you wanted everybody to believe that it was Uncle TP. I'm sorry, Christian. That's what you wanted. Number one on the list, as soon as I seen your face, in my mind, what came across was TP and BT. I don't know you for nothing else. Now, again, if you're on other movies or shows, I would not know. I know you to be an Uncle TP cast member, and a BET Plus showrunner or some shit. I don't know you for nothing else. So when your name will come up automatically, who will folks think? Uncle TP, right? Okay. On top of that, what other billionaires are you rubbing shoulders with, Uncle TP, in the movie business, in the TV business, right? Publicly. Let me say this, publicly. Because one would have to assume that it's TP because that's the only person publicly you're rubbing shoulders with. Another thing is, too, when the documentary came up, which we all know, Uncle TP just dropped a heavy documentary that everybody loves and it's so inspirational. But somebody in the chat, when your live asked you about it, you said some slick shit like, I didn't see that documentary. What other billionaire put out a documentary that you're refusing to watch, Christian? The third piece about it which is why I believe that, is because people in the chat was assuming it was Uncle TP and you were going around that question. But you also brought up how you were sexually harassed by a female castmate one time. And then when the chat assumed it was a certain woman, you made sure to shut those rumors down. So why you didn't shut down the rumors on Uncle TP when they came up if it wasn't him? Or if you didn't want folks to believe it was him? Christian, I'm sorry. Again, I understand coming forward. I definitely want you to get whatever healing you need for what happened to you. But Christian, I really would like to know, other than a rich person liking you and trying to get with you, what happened to you? You said they grabbed your pee-pee, right? You made it clear in that moment that that wasn't allowed. Okay, what happened beyond that, Christian? Are you no longer in any movies? Is your show shut down? Did I miss something on the live? Because other than that, it just seems like you just want to go public and talk about this. Another thing is, Christian, you're not low, baby. You're not low. So let me tell you what it is, right? The reason why you kept saying things like, I ain't going to drop it yet, I'm going to hold on to that name, is because you wanted that person to know you're holding on to that information. And you wanted them to know that at any given moment, I can drop this information and that will cause problems for you. So you should offer me money. But you didn't want to say that, and you didn't want to take it to the court of law because, like you said, the statute of limitation ran out. And on top of that, you're trying to make it seem as though this is not a money grab. What else would it be? What else would it be? If I'm a person that's famous and I'm known for being a good guy and everybody loves me, if you're going to say something and also present proof, because that, according to you, that's what you have proof that negates what I'm projecting, which is I'm a great guy, and that's going against my character, I'm going to want that to stop. So my next thing is, let me pay you so that can stop. And you know that's going to be what he says. So therefore, you could say, well, I didn't ask you for no money. You offered it. So now you still get the money. You don't never tell who did it. And it doesn't look like this was a money grab because it wasn't brought to the courts. You didn't. Christian, this sweetie, no, baby, this was all performative. We got it. And granted, it was performative for a reason. Let me not take away from whoever the billionaire is. He put himself in a predicament where this could happen. So yes, I get why you did it. I just want you to just flat out say, I'm just doing this to get what I want instead of trying to make it seem like I'm just trying to tell my story. No. You're also trying to get your money. That's why you're bringing this to the forefront. Hence, the fact that that's what everybody is doing. Cassie got her one. Right? So I hear you, brother. I hear you. A lot of those situations that you described during the live, I mean, they didn't they didn't always uh, paint you as the victim. They didn't paint you as a villain either. It just gave very performative. It just gave very performative. And I mean, it also gave that, something happened. I'm trying to get what I want, as you should. I'd rather you just said that. Right. So, like I said, my word of the week, my word of the month, my word for the rest of the year, probably next year as well, is performative. I realize we live in an era where that's what takes place. In order for issues to get resolved, we must present them to the public and let them be our judge and our jury. I'm never going to conform to that. I do not mind sharing glimpses of my life. I do not mind sharing my personal thoughts about things that are taking place publicly. But to go to the internet or social media with real live issues that's going on in my life, no, I would rather handle those issues with my people privately. Because when you leave room for others to have opinions, you also leave room for you to be subjected to what they feel, and that can sometimes alter your thoughts as well. It's just not a smart thing to do. But hey, we are in different times. And in these times, it's best for you to be performative and paid as opposed to having integrity and morals. Who am I to judge? In any event, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. I just had to come to the front and talk about these things because I seen them on my news feed and I'm like, listen, I know what's going on with my thing right. I know what's going on, and I'm in here talking Pookie to death, and he's trying to watch his sports, so let me come over here and holler at somebody about this nut shit. In any event, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I needed this. This is like therapy for me. Listen. A Dear DJ is dropping the 19th. A Dear DJ is dropping the 21st. A Dear DJ dropped today. Go listen to those videos. Go like those videos. Go leave your comments under those videos. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know if what I said makes sense. Let me know if I'm thinking from the wrong perspective. Let me know what you think as a whole. Make sure you send these videos to your friends. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm always open to getting new folks engaged on this page because we got things to talk about. Listen. After the new year, I talked to you guys about some other things I wanted to drop, like conversations with Khadijah, the truth about Pook. I'm also going to download StreamYard. Oh, my way's looking a little stiff. I'm going to download StreamYard. StreamYard is a streaming service where you guys can call in. So like Steph, Noodles, Pookie, you guys would be able to, when I drop the link, you would call up and be on the screen so you can talk. So instead of you having to go through the whole typing, it would be like, let me tell you what I think, and we will all be able to have conversation. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about it. I just have to iron out the kinks, but after the new year, I will get it going. So when I go live, we can have these conversations. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Once again, right now, record me, because I want you to show folks that she was a part of my live. So record me up on your TV, record me on your phone, screen record me on your laptop, whatever you're watching me on, to let me know that you were here tonight, and send it to me. Send it to me via IG. Tag me in a post. Tag me on Facebook. Let me know you was here and you was present. Let me know if some of the things I said resonated with you. Let me know if some of the things I said you totally disagree with and you think I need to hear another perspective. I'm always open to it. I love having conversation and I love to talk. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I'm going to be here a lot more. I got work to do. So happy holidays. Enjoy your Sunday. Listen, at 8 o'clock, you need to be tuned into Potomac on Bravo. At 9 o'clock, you need to be tuned into Married to Medicine. What you also need to do is, after you watch those two shows tomorrow, go watch my character assessment videos on both of those shows, Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Potomac, and let me know, like, DJ, you was tripping on that character assessment, or what you said was spot on, or I'm 50-50. I appreciate the love. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Happy holidays.